And like I said, Jorge Perez is about to join us. He has been a hairdresser for over a decade. He's bilingual, based in Puerto Rico. I'm jealous. I wish I was there right now. And he works behind the chair and is very passionate about hair cutting, finishing, and eye-popping hair color. His artistic approach to hairdressing is sure to inspire his students as his passion is contagious. Let's welcome Jorge Perez. Good
Hi
morning.
guys, how's everybody doing? Feliz Navidad para todos. That's
Yeah,
just saying Merry Christmas in Spanish.
I love it. Awesome. Jorge, I love watching you learn, and I know you have some apprentices behind the scenes with you watching you as well. So
Yeah,
let's
today my team is right behind the camera. I promised them that I was going to give them a cutting class, so we're knocking two things in one event.
I love it. In person and digital education. So I'll cut you loose and show us everything you want to teach us about creative mid-length layers. All
All
right.
right, let's get to it. Hi guys, hope you're doing awesome today. I'm going to be sharing this awesome cut with you guys. Hope you enjoy it. So let's get to it. So one of the first things I want to show you is, let me flip it to the side. Let me see if you could see it perfectly. As you can see, we have a zigzag section. Let me move it a little bit more around so you can get to it. Here it is. It starts from the top of the head. It moves as a zigzag. It goes right here. Right here. So it moves right here, moves forward, then it moves back, right behind the ear. Let me straighten it out a bit more. Right here. So here's the zigzag section that ends behind the ear. So let me twist it a little bit more, or comb it a little bit more so you guys can see it. Here you go. That zigzag section. What this is going to do is going to create extra movement along the sides. So this is very fun to do and playful. Now, if you're on the chat, let me know where you're from, where you're here, where you're visiting, and let's get to it. So I'm just going to take this section away for a quick, brief second. There we go. And we're going to start in the profile section directly at the center. What's up, Hawaii? What's up, Chicago? So here, I'm going to twist it to the side. Hope you guys can see very well. I'm going to comb it through. And I'm combing it straight down. And we're going to start by creating a perimeter section right at the end. So I am not going to cut bluntly. Let me see if I can make this go a little bit higher, shift it a little bit back so you can see better. There we go. So normally or traditionally, what we do is we can just end up with a length and we cut it straight, right? We're not doing that today, and we're playing with one of the new favorite tools with 7-inch dry edge cutting swivel. So this is going to be fun today. So what we're going to do is here, I'm going to elevate it for purposes that you can see, and I'm going to just cut off, not in a blunt way, just like in a deep pointing, just creating that irregular texture at the end. This, what it'll do, it will just create a little bit of a zigzag at the end that has more flowiness and more bounciness, okay? So after we've done that, that's where we're going to start. Then we're going to shift it to the side. There we go. Here, we're going to elevate the hair 90 degrees. So I'm going to take this section, divide it in two, 90 degrees from the base. So that means this one doesn't go here. It actually goes like a slight 45-degree angle. Here, we're going to point cut. There we go. Take that guideline, elevate it to 90. Bring that top section, again, elevate it 90 degrees to the base. Now we're going to shift. Instead of point cutting, this is where the top of the head, the hair that's on the top, this is the hair that moves. So that's where we want that airiness or that flowiness to be at. So we're going to change. We started from point cutting. Now we're coming inward. Let me shift it here. And we're just going to cut it off with the strong part. Like you could point cut, right? and you're using the tip, so it gives it a little softness. But when you're doing this, when you're coming inward and closing, you're closing the shear with the end. That will be the strongest part where the shear cuts. So let me do it again. You can see, now we elevate it to the top. Again, bring it back down. I'm just gonna step the side so you can see better. There we go. So you can see already how the hair has that little airiness and that separation. When we talk about airiness and have that flowiness, is that it has a separation, but it also has that uniform effect to it. So the more lines that we create separating, the more bounciness and flowiness the hair has. So again, let me move this to the side, put this here. Now I'm going to take this part right here, separate that triangle that was there. I'm using my Sanvija dry clips, so that would keep it in place. That rubber won't create markation, so that's excellent when you're going to do a finishing work. So now I'm going to grab the whole section and stiff this out. Hey guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, type it in the chat box. And 2, si necesitan las preguntas en español, con mucha confianza me la ponen a la parte de abajo aquí y se las contesto de inmediato. So again, here at 45-degree angle, I do some point cutting. There we go. Now we're going to over direct that section. We're not doing it on the section. We're just going to slightly over direct it. Again, pop up here at 90. We're going to shift our cut, and we're going to come with this deep slicing outward. Elevate it again at 45 or 90 degrees to the base, and we're going to repeat the same movement. Then we make it dance a bit, shake it a bit to see what we're creating, see the movement, see how that flowiness and separation is coming through. Now we put it all again here, see that ends, and then we come in again. All those little ends, we're just going to chop it, create that unregular feeling. Why? This is what it creates at the end of the day, is the effect that it has a more natural, flowy hair. It doesn't look very stiff or rigid at the bottom. It just has that natural bounce that the hair would naturally do. Now, the same thing we're going to repeat on this side. So let me shift it a bit. There we go. So this would be our guideline right there on the top. This here that we are not cutting at the moment. We have it right here, so let's clip this away. Something that I always like to mention, when you have hair that you're not cutting, just keep it away from it. Now, comb this through. I'm in a little awkward position, body position here, but don't worry. This is for the purpose of your education, so you guys can get it better. Okay? So I'm combing this to the sides, giving it that 45. I'm using my large comb so I could have a little bit more of grip to it. Right here at 45-degree angle. Let me shift it so you can see it better. There we go. As you can see, I have that 45-degree angle right there. Now we're going to point cut. Like I always like to mention, technically people turn to point cut in a certain direction. I like to point cut from the bottom up. Why? With this angle, because I create little small layers at the end so they could blend in more softly. Again, make that small, slight over direction to the previous section that was in the middle. Have it right there. As you can see, there goes my guideline. Come in. And there we go. We're smoothing it out. Again, 90 degrees to the base, but it looks 45, but it's 90 degrees to the base. Again. There we go. Now, see all that movement that you're creating? So you comb it through, get to the ends, Let me shift it a bit. There we go, to the center. Comb it through. There we go. So we're going to start cutting it right here. We're going to that point cutting right there. Now our last section, that's right here, we're going to over direct it back. This is part. Let me shift it here so you guys see it better. As I comb it through, you can still see that zigzag section right there. So this is going to create a nice disconnection between the front and the back part, but also have that blend of movement. So that means these lines are in between crossing, but you will see that flowiness in the sides. So that's kind of cool. And I found out while I started doing this is the movement that the hair creates. So the hair has more of a dancing feel. So let me put this right here, grab this section. The hair that I'm not cutting, I'm just going to comb it away. Again, we're going to start at the same position. I picked up all the hair, go in a 45-degree angle. Let me shift it again so you guys can see it. Right here, 45-degree angle right there. I'm going to point cut. Again, comb it through, elevate it at 90 degrees to the base. There goes my section. Here we go. Elevate it at 90 degrees to the base. It looks like 45, but it's actually 90 degrees to the base. There we go. Elevate it. And see all that movement, that beautiful movement that it's creating. It's so soft, it's effortless. And I don't know, right here, right now in Puerto Rico, the weather is piña coladas and palm trees. So we do have sun all year long. So I know some of you in certain areas is not, right now the weather here is, I don't know, I think it's probably 80 something. So it's good to probably hang out at the beach. So now I continue cutting those ends. As I fluff it up, girls like to be wearing their hair as natural as possible. So this is awesome. A nice cut to wear it. Also, when you style it, you have the opportunity to make all these waves and ends and create these beautiful textures. So this is an excellent cut to it. Now we're going to step to the side. Let me shift this to the there we go. Get this clip out of the way for a second. Now we're going to comb everything forward. Any questions at the moment, guys? No questions? Awesome. So I'll keep on with the cut. That means, are you changing the direction on how you point cut? Yes, I do. And I'll re-explain that. And let me explain that right now. Clip this here. When I point cut, let me just grab a random section because I'm not cutting at the moment. Okay, hope you could see there. When I point cut, normally when we point cut, we create these gaps. As you could see my shear, let me get it a little bit in tighter so you guys can see it a little better. A lot of times when I point cut, we tend to do this. And you see those little peaks and valleys coming inward. But when you want to create softness, you come from the bottom. Instead of coming upward, you come from the bottom up. So when you start cutting those points, when the hair falls, you have these little micro layers right at the end. So it creates more softness. And at the time that it also creates softness, you get a little enhancement on the movement because the ends separate and they just go like small pieces, one on top of the other. So it's like seamless, but at the same time, it also helps you with your styling. Did that answer your question? Hope so. So I'm gonna shift it a little bit back. Grab it here. I'm gonna make a nice section right here that would divide the sides and the top. So let me get my dry clip right here. And all this hair, let me step a little bit back here. All this hair, I'm going to gather it up, comb it forward, make sure all the hair is aligned right here. And from the bottom up, I'm going to use that same point cutting technique. So when I come here, it has that small graduation, like from short to long. Now this is where it gets fun. So I comb it, I put the comb underneath it, give it a little twist, come here with this, I zigzag or weave it out and cut all these little tiny hairs. So what this is do, it makes a more separation as you see these little gaps that are coming in between. That gives it that more softness and that airiness so it can bounce beautifully. Now what we do, we have this section, we're not working with it yet. So what we do is just put it upward, shift to the opposite side. Here, I'm just going to separate the same thing that we did in the previous section. Right here. There we go. This little hair doesn't want to come up. Here we go. Got it? Guys, can I ask you for a favor? In the meantime, while you're getting this learning experience, let's share love. So if you could share this class to whoever you might like, share it in your Facebook, whatever, or invite a couple of people to come into this class, I would really thank you. Share the love. It's Christmas. It could be a nice gift to somebody. So I'm going to shift body position. So sorry, I'll give you the back for a minute. I'm on this side right here now. I'm going to comb it all forward. Oh, I dropped one, but I always got my hand here on a second one. So this goes back. We're going to go here. Make sure everything's together. We blend it right there. And we point cut upward. There we go. So after we do that, take our comb, put it behind this section, give it a little shift to the side, come with our shear, and we weave, continue weaving, probably 9, and we come forward, and there we go. Like I mentioned, this will just give you a nice separation to it. A little piece that doesn't go there. So all that movement at the ends, this is very important. When you have those ends, make those ends move and dance. Now let's start rocking the top. Shift this forward. There we go. Let me lower it a little bit. I'm just going to lower it probably right here. That would be perfect. Now the hair that we are not touching, I am clipping it away. I like always to maintain that, get what you're not using at the moment, just clip it away. So let me lower this a bit. Now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stand in the opposite position of the side that I will be cutting. So I'm cutting this side, but I'm standing on the opposite. I'm going to comb it straight across. Somebody that really loves to rock this is one of my good friends, Jamie. She does this so good. She's super talented doing this. So props to her wherever she is right now with her belly. So we're going to come across. So this is a very, 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 very strong over direction. So we're coming it right across. Very important. Make sure that you have it right, straight, all groomed out. Make those hair grains not stick there. So we're going to probably be like 3-4 fingers away from the head. And we're going to point cut. There we go. So we have it way across. Do a little notch again. It's very short on top, but look at that bounce and that volume that it creates. And it looks so loose at the sides. Let me show you, bring it here a little bit across so you can see it. It has that really nice fringe area. It gives you like that nice bounce to it, and it's just something very simple to do. Could you probably add this to your toolbox when you're doing different cuts? Yes, you may. I think you guys are awesome in your craft, and if you're getting education with us regularly, you probably might have done some things I've done. I've seen cuts from different artists that be playing here, and I combine them and start creating new designs. So that will be a win. So just don't stick to one cut. Probably add a little bit of everything that you receive here at the Sanvita page. Okay, so we do the same thing. I comb it straight up, put my comb underneath, bring it to me, to my chest, use the fine side of the comb, and just bring it to me. Everything comes together. Now we're going to be probably like three fingers. Should I come across? Let's come across so you can see me cut better. There we go. I came across. I'm on the opposite side, so this will look, if you see the back of the head of the client. 3 fingers right there. Come in. You could also come in this way because we have a swivel. And your swivel shear lets you do all this fun stuff. Back again, very on the opposite side. And there we go. Let me shift it to the other side so you can see it from the front now. See what it creates? So right now, look at that side part if it was a side part. This is something that you could do and just add loads of versatility on the styling side. So that means if your client doesn't like to look the same way every day and you want them to be like with a very playful hair, or they want to be like with different looks, or they like to play with it, this is some versatility that you could also add. I'm going to take this out, comb it through. So look at all that volume that's popping up. And I love it. I love the airiness to it. There we go. Now we're going to connect one of the most important parts. So we're turning it to the side. I'm going to lift it up a bit. There we go. So there's a different length between the crown area and the top of the head area. So what we're going to do is here, let me just change it so you could probably see it. Now, guys, one thing that I want to share with you guys is that if you enjoy one of these tools, there is a 25% discount right now happening in the Sanvita page. So if you also want that, there's a 25, and I want to share with you guys my promo code. That is Jorge RSV 10. That means that you get an extra 10% discount if you're purchasing one of these shears. So hope you enjoy. So I'm going to connect. I'm going to shift it a little bit back so you can see it better. So this is the top of the head. I'm going to make a triangle section. Rise it up. Now see that strong disconnection right there. Right there. See that length right there? Then you come in again and you smooth it out. There we go. Missed the ring. Place it back up. Give it that bounciness. There we go. So this is the base of the cut. See how it looks nicely dressed. You can play with it. Now let's give it a little bit more. I'm gonna let go of this, and I'm gonna pick up this. This is my Sambular razor. Comb it through. Now this is something that I really enjoy doing a lot also. So I'm going to place it. As you can see, she has her hair, but I elevated her slightly in, and I come in from the back. And I take another section. And then I pick it up as a pencil, leave it out, just to create that extra movement. I really love hair that really has that bouncy, like natural feel. So from this section, again, I elevate it. I come from the back, just to create a little softness to it. Let go of that perimeter, elevate it a little bit higher. Give it that 45-degree angle. Come again. I weave it. I love this technique a lot. Probably you've seen it a lot. So yeah, I do love it. So there we go. Take a little bounce off it and see all this natural movement. When you blow dry it, or you can even style it as is. And we do the same thing on the opposite side. One of the things that I really enjoy a lot of this is the fact of the matter that you get that airiness, and like I mentioned, it gives that softness. Girls could really just throw some, I don't know, some mousse on it, probably some full frame on it, style it, blow dry it with a diffuser, boom, they're gone, and their hair looks so perfect. So we just gotta find those things that make hair pop. Again, come again, I weave it, as you can see. You don't have to take like very thick chunks. You could probably go with like really minimal streaks, just to create that flowiness and that bouncy to it. So again, create that separation at the end. Divide the perimeter. Elevate it to slightly 45 degrees. We weave it. You could do like spaghetti streaks or something like that. Probably lunchtime here. That's what I'm talking about, food. So there we go. And basically, this is our cut. How you style it is how you wish to see it. You could also comb it to one side. See the frame. Comb it to the, oh, I almost broke her neck. Tighten it up. Sorry, guys. People are laughing in the back and behind the camera. So here you go. This looks the opposite side to it. So here we go, have a little bit more to it. And you could also split it at the center. And she has, technically, you did 3 cuts in one single cut with this side. This there that was bothering me in the camera. So as you can see, look how beautiful it looks. It looks soft. It has that softness. See, she has that natural curl, but you can also see that beautiful movement to it. It's a very versatile cut, guys. I think it's very simple to see. Any more questions that you might have before we step out of here?
No, people just giving you a lot of praise.
I wish you could come and cut your hair. I'll cut your hair.
Totally. Thank you so much, Jorge. I love the zigzag trick on the sides. I think that was so key for blending layers from the back crown area through the front without losing too much length. So I love that. And layering over the round of the head was genius. It looks so soft. And the style shifting with the part switch too is just, clients would love that.
Yeah, you have that versatility. And I want to thank again, I saw Jamie doing it a while ago. And, you know, I don't know if she took it to where I took it, but it inspired me like to let me do a little bit something more. So to me, it was like really, really fun when she did it. So I don't know, I just borrowed that idea from her.
Yeah, and I know she did it on long length, so it was really cool to see that this is also transmissible to mid-length layers. So it looked lovely. Thank you so much. Great tips with the razor too, with the weave to add extra softness through the ends. So just absolutely gorgeous as always. You guys, make sure you follow Jorge at Jorge Does Hair on Instagram and TikTok. And his affiliate code, if you want an extra 10% off, is Jorge RSB10. So we have 25% off the website until the end of the month. They add his affiliate code for that extra discount. All right. Thank you, Jorge. Pleasure watching you as always. You have such a
Thank you, guys. Hope you enjoyed this cut, and Merry Christmas. Share a lot of love. There's a lot of people that need it. Yeah. My team is clapping me, so my team is clapping me in the background.
Great exit. Awesome. Bye, guys. Take care.
Bye, guys. Merry Christmas.